I'm done, people. I'm done. I'm sorry. If you read the title of this video, you're probably wondering to yourself, what the hell is She's Too Young? Well, that's a really good question to ask, because if you never heard of it, you've just saved yourself a lot of trouble, because I've watched this movie over a course of 3 periods, not in one day, of course. And let me tell you, this movie's not only bad, but it's the worst movie I've ever seen. Yeah, that's right, people. I said it. It's worse than The Odd Life of Timothy fucking Green. And that movie was horrendous. That movie does not get a free pass. So what is this movie about? You really want to know? You really want to fucking know what this movie's about? Well, I'll explain. Be warned, it's a very confusing story. So it's about 3 girls, really. Dawn, Becca, and Hannah. And so it takes place in high school, and by the way, you're asking yourself, how do you end up watching this movie? Had to for class. So anyhow, Hannah's this girl who's a straight A student, and who has kind of strict parents. Yeah, like we haven't seen that before. And also, Dawn is a girl with carefree mom who goes off and has sex with boys. Same with Becca, only her parents are really religiously tight. And so then Hannah dates this one guy who is very popular at school. And the parents are like, oh, you shouldn't date a guy. He's 16 and you're 14. But then this shit gets worse. It turns out that Dawn gets syphilis. Yay! And you know how she gets it? By having over 25 sex partners. Boy, does that sound realistic enough. So then it turns out that Hannah gets syphilis from Nick. And so does Becca get syphilis too. And so then what the rest of the movie is about is them trying to live out their lives. Oh, did I mention that Hannah and Dawn get drunk in this movie? Yes, and did I also mention that this movie is fucking horrible, and that it represents stereotypes after stereotypes after fucking stereotypes. I mean, it just portrays all high schoolers, according to them, as these party people who have sex with everyone else and who constantly do drugs. Now, I know this happens out in the real world all the time, but good God, does this movie exploit it really well. I mean, we get the message not to have sex underage. We really do. The writing in this movie is what kills it. I mean, the only thing nice I can say about the movie is the soundtrack. I mean, that's okay, I guess. But the writing and the acting just kills it. I mean, I'm not going to bother explaining it. If you somehow come across this movie somehow or know someone else who's willing to explain the lines, you will see how bad they are. And I mean, now this is a movie made by Lifetime, and this is one of those movies that you will not easily see as much. Like, it was a TV movie, I believe, but it's just the worst piece of shit I've ever seen. I mean, you know, the camera angle is awful throughout the movie. I mean, if you think my camera angles are bad, just wait till you see how bad the pacing and just the directing is in this movie. Another thing about the writing, there are some lines that are pretty bad. Like, there is this one scene where Hannah is talking with the mom, and she's trying to show that she's crying or not, but it looks like she's happy. It's like, why the fuck would you do that? So if I would do this on my regular basis, the story's horrendous, the writing's horrendous. I'm not going to bother a scoring chart. This movie gets a negative 10 out of 10. A negative. This is how much I fucking hate this movie. This is how much I hate it. I mean, if you could get past... I mean, to make it on my top 5 worst movies list is a pretty hard job to do. But to get past Odd Life of Timothy Green, this is the first movie to do it. This is the first movie to get past Odd Life of Timothy Green. I mean, if anyone has watched this movie, you will know what I'm talking about. Also, special shout out to my boy Parker for following me on Twitter. This video is sort of showing to you since you watched the video with me and had to go through the pain. So yeah, till next time, this is White Rice signing off, and people, just please don't watch this movie. It's like Archive of GE320 says, like, don't watch the movies on this list, and especially don't watch this piece of shit. Alright, see you around, people. Bye.